What's up, everyone? I'm the Chess Nerd, and welcome back to the season 2 of Zach Reviews. This second season is going to be not exclusively only on Instagram, but also on YouTube, and of course, you have my beautiful face on screen, looking directly at the games that I'm reviewing. So this week, I have 3 games. I started playing some slow games, so they're all 10-minute blitzes, kind of semi-rapids, that I'm playing against my opponents, and I have 3 brilliant games to show you of my wins, so let's get straight into it. This first game, I'm playing against a Portuguese man of the rating 2050, and also like slow games, my rating wasn't that good, so I was really just building up my rating, playing against these younger folks, rating wise. So here we're in a game where my rook has an open file here, and we kind of have an attack where my bishop is staring down the king. White's king is pretty weak. We have an open file here on the F. And the only piece not actively procreating in this attack is this knight. The queen is definitely like hinting to go towards the attack, you know? So here it's my turn as black, and I play d5, of course, kicking the knight. And once the knight goes here, the second I saw it, I saw this tactic, and I was pretty damn proud of myself, if I may say so. So black here has an extraordinary move that just blows up the white position. And you can see it here, it's e4. So what this does, first of all, this pawn is protected by a pawn. So white shouldn't take with the knight or bishop, because that would mean they're sacrificing a minor piece and thus giving me the advantage. Material advantage, granted. So they're inclined to take with the pawn. Now, I saw this, and this is forced. So once he takes with the pawn and actually accepts my sacrifice of one pawn, I have a brilliant combination here that after rook takes the rook on f2, king takes f2, black have a beautiful move here. See if you can find it. Pause this video if you may. So when we're seeing the king here and we're seeing he's wide open, right? Completely available to be mated. So you look at checks from here. And you look at checks that trap the king. So the king can come back to e1 or g1 where it's relatively more safe there in those zones. And so the checks like queen f6, queen f7, or queen f8 all don't really work because of just king g1, and then the queen can't just go like to f3 because the knight takes up that spot. And so here I come up with queen c5. What this does compared to the other moves, queen f8, queen f6, and queen f7, is that this one targets the g1 square. Not only does it do check, but the king cannot go back to g1 in his hiding place. And so from here, the king only has several options. Oh, and also white can't block any of these squares. So it makes it really hard for white to defend himself, and his king has to move. Nothing can be blocked here. So any of the king's options, well, first you have king f3, the self-sacrifice move, and after a move like king f3 here, I have a beautiful landing square for this knight, knight e5 check. Beautiful. The king can't go here, here, or here, so it really has just 2 options. If the king goes on f4, I have queen f2 check, forcing knight f3, and this is checkmate. And if king e2, well, this happened in the game, just minus the 95, so we'll save that for the actual game. Now, if king e1, then I have queen g1 check, very, very strong. And after some move like king e2, then I have bishop g4 check, really making that X on the king. And this covers all squares, so white has to give up a knight. And here after knight f3, then just rook takes h2 checkmate, and this is pinned. But in the game, this is what happened. White played king e2, and this let for just the reverse order of the solution you saw previously, bishop g4 check. And now after knight f3, then we have rook h2 check, and this is also pinned. And here white resigned because I'm obviously winning the queen with the skewer. Pretty nice tactic, if I may say so. One of the best I've ever played.